welcome. I am Joe. I'm KA1GDQ. I'm the activities chair of the Algonquin Amateur Radio Club. And this is your Algonquin Amateur Radio Club bi-weekly update. This is going to be in replacing your weekly slide show from the nets. Because quite often we just use the same slide and just take out. So I decided to just make it every other week. This will be posted on the N1EM .com website, and actually N1EM.org website, and we'll also go ahead and be posting this on both my KA1GDQ page, where it'll be based there, or the Joe from New England page on YouTube. So with that, this is the first time I've used the record feature on the PowerPoints, so my apologies. A little choppy, but not too bad. So I hope that you enjoy it, you get something out of it, and we'll be talking to you after the show, after the presentation. Now, and welcome to the Algonquin Amateur Radio Club Wiki Sunday Night Net slideshow recap. This is the slideshow from the net on March 28, 2021 on the 446-675 Marlborough repeater with the PL288.5 -5 offset for its operation. This night we had a check-in from Brockton, Massachusetts, and hello to KC1 MLU, I believe it was. Colby down in Brockton, so welcome and thanks for joining the net tonight. We also had a Zoom guest, Phil, K9HI, and thanks a lot, Phil, for jumping in. Oh, by the way, my name is Joe. I'm the host of Joe from New England, and this is the Amateur Radio Edition, Algonquin Amateur Radio Club news, and we're covering news for the Algonquin Amateur Radio Club and other things happening in New England. So we're covering everything from what's happening with VE sessions, Hamfests, happenings of the Algonquin Amateur Radio Club. And other things that might be happening, and that's coming up here in New England and in the amateur radio world. Okay, so I'm going to go through this, and I did this once, and I was about 3/4 through it. I made a mistake, and I realized the wrong microphone was on, not the boom mic, but the microphone the camera was on. So hopefully this is a little bit better quality. So this is like take 2. Again, my name is Joe from New England. And my amateur radio call, KA1GDQ. This will be posted on both my Joe from New England page, YouTube channel, and my KA1GDQ YouTube channel. Okay, this is just some things we've had. We had 7 check-ins tonight. I said 6, but I forgot to add Colby in there because somehow it didn't come over when I initially did it. So it's actually 7 check-ins myself. And Colby checked. It was a quick in and out from Brockton. My guess, he was in someplace on top of Curry Hill. I'm not sure. Colby, drop me an email at KA1GDQ@AARL.net and tell me where were we when you checked in. So, all right. We had our members' comments. The Algonquin Amateur Radio Club schedule meetings on Zoom are April 8th, 13th, and the 10th of June. And that'll be for meetings for the season. The EOC teams meets on MS Teams on the 20th and 18th and the 15th. And so 20th of April, 18th of May, and the 15th of June. And then we're down for the season with that as well. We also have Ship Weekend coming up. We're not sure if we're participating. I'm trying to find out if we're going to be doing that or not. And that's going to be June 5th and 6th, as well as Field Day. And Field Day, we have some more information come up about that. However, we're looking for a spot for it. Okay. The Algonquin Amateur Radio Club Lantern Battery Challenge is finishing up. It ends on March 31st at midnight, local time. And the way behind this is you grab yourself a lantern battery, connect it to your radio, and see how many contacts you can make on a lantern battery. Here's a hint: lower power means longer operation, means more contacts. So let's see what we're going to see how that ended up. On a meeting on April, we have we're going to be doing a Q&A as well, bringing some other things. So hopefully, checking on. Please come to our the members. Please check in. Please check in for the meeting on April 8th, and we'll get some follow up on the Lantern Battery Challenge as well as a Q&A about to include questions about digital repeaters such as DMR and D-Star in the local area. So that's going to be at our April meeting, Zoom meeting. Museum Shipwhiggin, as I mentioned, is 5th and 6th of June. We usually participate with this down at Battleship Cove on the Kennedy, but I'm not sure if we are participating. I have an email out to the person who helped spearhead it the past few years. I'm waiting to see if we're still going to do again this year or not. So, but if not, you can still operate from home. Contact the ships, send them a QSL, and then they'll send, or send them an SAAC, and they'll send you a QSL to the ship. Storms, okay, folks. Storms. I still have the Storm Center up, and this is because of the fact that here, even though it's March, last week in Vermont, we had a tornado. So make sure your home has your emergency kits ready to go, water, food, as well as your car. Make sure your cars have some bottled water in there. Make sure your cars have some trail mix, some type of snacks to make it last, just in case you are stranded someplace and you can't get some help. You're taking a long trip and you run out of gas, and next thing you know, you don't have cell phone coverage. Well, if you have a regular amateur radio, which you have, a free VFO, and you can dial in and find a repeater, you're great. If you have a pre-program where you got to connect it to a computer, what's your plan B? Well, your plan B is to get yourself a cheap radio, a cheap portable to put in your car, and hopefully be able to get some help that way. So why don't we, so make sure your car has at least a cheap Volfang sitting in the box, fully charged, or if it takes the AA batteries, get the AA battery pack and keep some fresh batteries in there just to make an emergency contact. But I also make sure you get the rechargeables and charge them up and keep them in the box with your radio. So, speaking of that, when this is done, March 28th, we do have wind. We're having high winds. So, but you're not going to need to watch this if you're watching this now off the channel. But just know that 328, we expect to have high winds, good gusts up to 55 miles an hour. Chance of power loss due to trees coming down on power lines. Field Day 2021, it's coming up in the end of June. Okay, you can talk to Class D stations if you're running Class D. Usually, Class Ds can only talk to everything else but Class D. But again, as like last year, as this year with COVID, they're allowing Class D to Class D. So for Field Day, which is great. So you'll be running like a 1D, unless you're running battery power, then you're 1D battery. So and things like that. So if you're a member of the Algonquin Amateur Radio Club, you should receive the packet in the email I sent out today through the AARC list. This will have everything you need to know about Field Day, everything you need to know. So, all right. So all entries must be submitted by July 27th, 2021, and the bands. Sorry about that. The bands will be 160, 80, 40, 20, 15, and 10 meters. Talk on 15 megahertz. All right, not novices. So you still need to get your tech license talking above 50 megahertz. Okay. I'm not going to worry about that because we don't have a place we found out here in Marlborough for Field Day. So we'll look for a place, someplace outside of Marlborough. We're trying to get Crow Island, but we don't know if we can get that. So we got to find another place to set up for Amateur Radio Field Day. Licenses, again, license classes. The only I know about is doing on SciTech. There's a bunch of others. If you know of any others, please email me. KA1GDQ at gmail.com or AARL.net. Please contact me and I can put them up in here. But it's just knowing the SciTech. So you can get the information for it through the AARL.org website. The easy way to do it, just go to AARL.org and click on exams, and then you'll find classes, and then you'll find the classes. Okay, the VE sessions. All right, there's one in, I don't know why I put this in Concord, New Hampshire, but Concord, New Hampshire, they have one coming up on 4/3. Okay, at the Bektash Shrine. We also have one in Dartmouth at the Samara Clubhouse. on 4-3, 4-10 in Braintree, Forestdale on 410, which is a section of Sandwich, Mass, on down the Cape. You're beginning of, just as you go to Sagamore Bridge. 415 in Mansfield, 419 in Swansea, 421 in Cambridge, and 424 in Winthrop. Again, due to Marlborough Library going through renovations, there are no VE sessions in the town of Marlborough right now. If you know of anything else, please email me, KA1GDQ@AARL.net or gmail.com. Speaking of that, if you need a book, the Algonquin Amateur Radio Club does have one book left to loan out to anybody else. We bought 2 books. One's already been loaned out. I have one more book. If you're interested in borrowing that book to learn your technician class license, please contact me at KA1GDQ@gmail.com or AARL.net. Or if you'd like to go buy one, we did. Went up to Amazon and looked it up and bought it. There's 2 versions. There's the Gordon West one, and there's also the legal one. They're both good. So, all right. The AARC Learning Network, is a bunch of webinars that's going on that people put on. You can get that through AARL.org/ARL-learning-network to see what's available. All right. You can also, all the webinars are at the www.godostage.com/channel/AARL Learning Network. Coming up on April 7th, we have the Art and Science of Operating Ultra Portable by Mike Molina, Kilo November 6, Echo Zulu Echo. It says here, ultra portable operations or being able to carrying your radio over distances, i.g. in a backpack, is quickly growing in popularity. Whether it's for SOTA, which stands for Summit on the Air, or POTA, Parks on the Air, backcountry survival, or just spending time in nature, learning how to operate an ultra portable is fun and rewarding experience. In this presentation, Mike, KN6, Echo Zulu Echo, will cover the basics of ultra portable operating for both new and experienced amateur radio operators or ham operators. This is going to be Tuesday night, April 6, 2021 at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. All right, 0100 hours UTC. All right, Friday, but it's actually, as I said, April 6th, local at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Actually, that should be Eastern Daylight Time now. Think about it, because we're on Daylight Savings now. But I call it local time or Eastern Time. All right, and then so take a look at that. The other one that's come up is finding and fixing RFI issues. That's with Paul. Paul, if I botched this, I apologize. I'm going to say Cianocchiolo, or as I said, I told you I botched it. Whiskey 1, Victor Lima Foxtrot, otherwise known as Whiskey 1, very low frequency. So he's going to talk about RFI has been a problem for ham operators and shortwave wave listeners since the radio hobby began. Both natural sources, QRN, and man-made sources, QRM. I think that might be a test question, one of the tests. Remember, QRN is for nature, M is man-made. Okay. Things have changed in the last 20 years with the advent of a widespread solar power, LED lighting, grow lights, digital computing devices. The technology boom has enhanced our daily lives, but at what price? Learn all about the finding and the fixing RFI in today's world. That'll be on Tuesday, April 20th, 2021 at 1 p.m. local time. See, that one did ADT. And that's presented by W1VLF, Finding and Fixing RFI Issues. Also come up, HF Noise Mitigation, presented by the AARL Northwestern Division Director, Mike Ritz, Whiskey 7 Victor Oscar, an educational seminar to help both new and experienced amateurs who are on HF in finding themselves plagued with noise. We'll learn what noise is, about the various noise sources, and how to mitigate those noises using a variety of techniques. He's doing this April 22nd at 3:30 p.m. Eastern Time. Okay, and it's 1930 UTC. Again, all this is on the AARL.org/AARL-learning-network. Go to the AARL, click on the link saying webinars. That works too. So, good news, folks. Guess what's back? Hamfest. That's right, folks. Hamfest are coming back in conventions. That includes the ones that are going on in Connecticut and here in Massachusetts. So, let's see what we have. The big one for us here in the Algonquin Amateur Radio Club area, okay, in the Marlborough area, is the Ham Expo, September 10th, 11th, and 12th of 2021 at Best Western Royal Plaza in Marlborough, Massachusetts. Folks, this is the one. This is the old Boxborough. All right, this is it's a 3-day event, and I attended a couple recently before COVID, and we hope that this is it's come back with a boom. So where this is located is off Route 20 and 495. So if you're in the Central Mass, Eastern Mass area, it's right on the border. Marlborough's EMA, but as soon as you go into Westborough, or I should say Northborough, you're in Worcester County, you're in WMA. So we're right on the line. But where this is at 495 and Route 20, you get off at 495, take 20 west, and you literally go a half mile down, about a half mile down the road thereabouts, guessed about, and you can take a right as you put right before the I think it's the second set of lights, third set of lights after you get off the highway, and you pull in, and you'll see it. You'll see it. It's I think between the second and third set of lights, and you take the right and you pull into the Best Western. Very good spot to have it. But the reason, what makes this better than Boxborough, folks, is the fact that there are other places to stay besides the Best Western. Okay, a great place to stay. Don't get me wrong, but you also have a Hyatt, you also have a Marriott brand, and you also have a Hilton brand, all in the area. And the Hilton brand, I can't remember. The Marriott is a Fairfield Inn. You have the Hyatt Place, and begins with an E, and I don't know why I stayed at that one before, and it was great. I loved it. I can't remember the name of it now, so I'll have to fix that in 2 weeks and update you on that. So, all right, so there we go. So, check the website out for the Ham Expo. Just do a Google for Ham Exposition 2021. Okay. What you want to do is get your tickets, and if you want to present, get with the organization. Get all K1IW. That's Bob DiMatteo. He is the 2021 convention chair. Look him up on QRZ, and you can send him an email and have any questions about it. Check with him if you want to donate your time. You want to be a presenter. If you want to do whatever, check with Bob. So the other conventions we have is in Connecticut. We have the Gosh in Connecticut. We have the Southern Berkshire Amateur Radio Club. That's www.sberk.org. That's going to be on May 22nd. August 29th, we have the Western Connecticut Hamfest in Newtown, Connecticut, run by the Candlewood Radio Association. All right, we already talked about the Expo, the Northeast Expo, which is an ARRL convention, by the way. And that website is hamexposition.org. And then you also have the Windsor Hamfest in Windsor, Maine. Okay, and that's run on by the Augusta Amateur Radio Society. Unfortunately, Nearfest for this spring has been canceled. However, hopefully, we're going to have one coming up in the fall. And unfortunately, Dayton was also canceled. Okay, here's some information about our contest coming up. Sorry about that. April 21st, April of 2021, I should say, April 18th, 2021, we have the Rookie Roundup. May 2021, there are no ARRL contests. In June 12th to 14th of June is the June VHF contest. June 19th is Kids Day, and June 26th, 27th is Field Day. In July 2021 through July 10th through 11th, 2021, we have the AARC World Championship. We have 3 contests in August. On the 7th and 8th, we have the 222 megahertz and up distance contest. The 21st, 22nd, 10 gigahertz and up around 1. And the 22nd, we have the Ricky Render for our TTY in August. And then September 11th through the 13th, we have the September VHF contest, and September 18th through the 19th is the 10 gigahertz and up round 2. That covers it for the next 6 months for the contest. We have QSO parties happening. In April, on April 3rd, we have Louisiana and Mississippi. On April 10th, we have Georgia, Nebraska, New Mexico, and North Dakota. So it'll be very busy on the air on the April 10th weekend, which is also the weekend of. No, it's actually the weekend after Easter. Easter is a week from today. We also have Michigan and Ontario on the 17th of April, and then April 24th and 25th we finish up with the state of Florida. Don't forget about the KA1USN slow speed test. This is good for anybody that's in and out of the area. If you can hear it on 160 meters, 80 meters, 40 meters, 20 meters. All right. This is happening on the times would have moved up an hour locally because the Zulus did not change. So now it's like tonight. It's happening right now, Sunday, from 8 to 9 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. On Sunday nights, I should say, which is technically UTC Monday, but locally Sunday nights, and on Friday nights from 8 to 9 p.m. or 2000 to 2100 UTC. Actually, I should say 4 to 5 p.m. local time. 4 to 5 p.m. local time or 2000 to 2100 UTC. So that's 4 to 5 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time, and Monday and Sunday nights 8 to 9 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. On 160 it's 1.810 to 1.825 megahertz. Also, we see 1810 kilohertz to 1825 kilohertz. 80 meters 3528 to 3545. 40 meters 70.7028 to 7045. And 20 meters 14.028 to 14.045. And that's that's for the KA1USN slow speed test. They run when I heard I think they run around 5 to 10 words a minute. I'm not exactly sure what the speed is they're using. I know it's slower than usual. I wouldn't doubt if a lot of them do like 5. But please check them out. The website is k1usn.com/sst.html. All right, or you just go to the K1USN website and then click on the link from the main page. That's where I got that information. Parks on the Air. A lot of Parks on the Air activation happening. There's like 4 on the 29th. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So maybe by the time we get this posted, this page may be defunct. Might be out of date. And for that, I do apologize. But on the bottom, there's the link to get this link. parksontheair.com. All right, so go to parksontheair.com, and then you can click on the link for the schedules, and you'll be able to find all this information. Parks on the Air is good. And the reason why the Parks on the Air is good, anybody can do it. You can just have to contact the park. Hey, can I come in and set up? And just check with the visitor center if they have one, or you might check with the local park, or it could be a state park, or it could be a national park. In that case, check with the national park office or the state park office and see if you can get up permission just to. Hey, you want to throw an antenna up? You want to throw and operate? You just sit on a table and just operate for a while. So, and I saw one guy on a video pull up in his Jeep and just put up a little table, get a chair, ran a cable to his car, and he was up and running. So, other people will throw a dipole or bring a vertical and set the vertical up and put it down with guy wires and everything else. So I've seen different things on the air on Zoom, not Zoom, on YouTube on it. So check them out. A couple of the guys I did check out was Ham Radio 20, K8MRD, and KM4ACK. All great videos about parks on the air. Again, parks on the air, and SOTA is summits on the air. So you want to go Climb Mountain, you can do the summit. If you want to go to the park, you do the park. AARC podcast. This was a real good one. If you get a chance to listen to one about the new solar cycle coming up, cycle 25, absolutely phenomenal. Take a listen to it. I listened to it on the way home, and it was a very good discussion on this thing. On Eclectic Tech, the latest one I heard was was one that was released on March 25th. That was episode 30, and it'd be AM is alive and well, and that's a really good podcast. So take a listen to that. What's going on with it, and with what's going on in the AM world. All right, so take a listen to them. Other non-ARL podcast or YouTube channels that at least that I'm interested in. I'm falling behind on a lot of this stuff. My favorite is Ham Nation. Love Ham Nation. Matter of fact, Don and Amanda have both done talks for us recently. And again, thanks Don, thanks to Amanda as well for coming in and helping us out with for being a guest for the Algonquin Amateur Radio Club. So thanks a lot for that. Don also does. You hear Don quite a bit on Amateur Radio Newsline. Great thing that comes out on Fridays. And then Amateur TV with George. A lot of good technical information there. You might learn how to learn some things. Smoke and solder and things like that. So very good resources to learn the technical skills and hear what's going on in the amateur radio world. And that's basically it. Because this is the slides I use to for our net. But I do like to thank everybody for stopping by. The next our next net is going to be April 4th, 2021 at 1900 hours local. I will not be your host. I should say I don't have a host for a net control for next week, and that is because I'll be coming home from work, and it's just no time between time I get in at at 7:15 and get things set up for the net. And if I'm home at 7:15, sometimes I get home at 7:05. So with that, I am looking for more operators. So Algonquin Amateur Radio Club operators, please email me if you can be in the net control for on a regular basis. As I've been trying to tell everybody, if we get 8 people, you only have to do it once every 2 months. If we can do that, that'll be great. But right now, I've been doing the net control now for 3 years, I think, and it's at least 2, if not 3. And it's always good to get some fresh blood and a new face. And again, if you're net control, you don't have to do the exact same format as mine. As long as you get the information out, basically just check in. I'm starting this YouTube because of the fact of I'm going to take this portion out of the net and we're going to post this on the website at www.n1em.org, and then they can just click on the link and then they can watch the YouTube. So, all right. Please follow the instructions of EMA, Board of Health, and your physician. And if you're interested in net control, give me a call, give me an email, KA1GDQ@gmail.com or AARL.net. All right. The website for the, as I said, the website for the Algonquin Amateur Radio Club is November1EchoMike.org. We also check out our newsletter up there, put out by our treasurer, Ken, KA1GFN. Check out our Facebook page, KA1GDQ, Facebook.com, groups/Algonquin Amateur Radio Club. All right. And welcome back to the Algonquin Amateur Radio Club, a bi-weekly update. And again, my name is Joe. Call KA1GDQ. I'm also Joe from New England. This will be posted on both the KA1GDQ YouTube channel and the Joe from New England YouTube channels. So please like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell, as we say. Share it out to all your ham friends. I'm hoping this kicks off to be a good feature for the club, for the Algonquin Amateur Radio Club, and I hope everybody gets something out of this. This is I think the slides have been working well. We've been doing the slides since for a year now on either Zoom or a free conference call when we first started, and then we moved over to Zoom. So I hope everybody gets something out of this. If you have any information to add to it, and I don't care if it's from the Algonquin Amateur Radio Club, from the local clubs in the area, from the section, the Eastern Mass section, or from the league, or even somebody out in Iowa, Idaho, San Diego, California. I don't care. I'll throw it up here. Give me some information, and I'll be glad to put it up on our bi-weekly update. So with that, I am Joe, your host, KA1GDQ. Wishing you 7-3. Thanks for watching. Have a great couple of weeks, and we'll see you in 2 weeks.